It's a sunfish.
So, how many of you have sailed a sunfish before? Pretty much everyone. Okay, so I've been sailing for 4 years and taught kids this past summer how to rig and sail a sunfish at a YMCA camp. Today I'll cover parts of the boat, knots needed to rig the boat, and then I'll go over steps to rig the sunfish. The first part of the boat is the sail, and that basically just catches the wind to push the boat through the water. The mast is used to hold up the sail. The halyard pulls the sail up the mast, and the centerboard keeps the boat balanced and stops it from drifting. The rudder and tiller are two more important parts of the boat. The rudder steers the boat, and the tiller is what the driver holds to control the rudder. The main sheet is attached to the back of the boat, and that controls the sail, and the boom is highlighted in blue, and that keeps the sail extended so the wind can catch it. A few more parts of the boat. There are different blocks on the boat for the main sheet to go through. So there are 2 on the boom, and there's 1 in front of the cockpit. And there's 2 more. There's a block next to the mast that the halyard goes through, and a cleat right behind the mast to keep the halyard up. And the ring is attached to the boom, and that helps the sail so it can go up the boom. So next we'll go over knots. The first knot needed to rig a sunfish is a figure-8 knot. And it's pretty simple. Basically, you just make a loop, and the end of your rope goes through the loop, and you pull it tight, and it looks like a figure-8. And then the next knot is a cleat knot, and that basically goes around your cleat, over, and you make a little X, and then you make a little loop with the rope, and put it on the other side of the cleat and pull tight. Now we'll go over steps to rig a sunfish. The first step is to lay the sail on the boat. The boat that I rigged had the halyard already wrapped around the sail, so you have to unwrap the halyard from the sail and then line the hole on the mast up, or line the ring on the mast up with the hole in the boat. After that, you'll put the end of your halyard through the hole in the top of the mast so you can pull the sail up. And then put the mast through the ring and the hole in the boat that you already lined up, and so you can pull your sail up. Next, you raise your sail. So you'll pull the halyard down so your sail will go up. And it's helpful, I found this summer, to get a friend to help you push the ring up so it's easier to raise the sail as you pull the halyard up. After that, you'll take the end of your halyard and put it through the block next to the mast while keeping tension so it doesn't make your sail fall. And then you tie a cleat knot around the cleat behind the mast so your sail doesn't fall, and make sure your sail is all the way up, obviously, before you do that. Then you can deal with the main sheet. So the main sheet comes from the back of the boat and goes through the back block and then the block closer to the mast on the boom. And then it goes through the block in front of the cockpit. So after you put the main sheet through the block, you'll tie your figure 8 knot so you don't lose your main sheet if there's a lot of wind. Then you'll pull the boat more into the water so you can put the rudder on the boat. Make sure that the tiller goes under the wire that is on the back of the boat that the main sheet is attached to. Otherwise, it'll cause some issues when you sail. And to attach the rudder, you will line the spring up with the slots on the back of the boat and push up on the springs and slide them into the slots. And make sure to wiggle your rudder a little to make sure it's actually attached. So after that, you can slide the centerboard into the slot that's between the cockpit and the mast, and then put your halyard through the hole in the centerboard and tie a figure 8 knot at the end of that, so you don't lose your centerboard if your boat tips over. Last, you can tuck any extra loose halyard into the line that's already tight on the halyard, so that's just out of the way. And then you can push your boat farther into the water and climb in. And don't forget to push your centerboard all the way down after it's in the water, so it'll actually work. And then you're ready to sail. Thank you.